Lovely. All out now. It's wafting my way.
God, this things. Oh man, that's horrible. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well.
Okay, yeah, I don't know what to do.
I can taste it.
Alright, should we start? Let's start. Hello, and welcome to the Gorilla Hotline. My name's Ghaly.
I'm Dani.
We're here again. What do we do on here?
We help people.
Yeah,
That's what we do.
We do. We help people. We break new ground.
Absolutely. Unconventional problem-solving skills is our business.
Mental gymnastics is our business.
Exactly. We're nimble as nimble gets.
Agile. Mentally agile.
No limbo bar we can't squeeze under.
Exactly. Danny.
Yeah.
What's the email?
hello@gorillahotline.com.
What should people use the email for?
Send us problems.
Okay, and then what will we do with their problems?
Probably not take them as seriously as we should.
No, but what would we do with their...
Is that what you want me to tell them what they want to hear?
Yeah.
We'll help you.
Okay.
Yeah, we're gonna give you some heartfelt advice, and we're gonna get you to reconnect with your dad. We're gonna get your mum to get off the bottle. We're gonna do all that. I promise you. That's what we're gonna do for you.
Yeah. Obviously, terms and conditions apply.
Yeah.
It might not go that well. And on that note, we're reading more Reddit posts today
because it's now become our comfort zone.
Yeah, it is quite. You know what the problem is as well? I'm scared that the people who eventually do decide to write in, their stories won't be as good as the Reddit posts. Odds are.
Are you gonna let the people of Reddit beat you?
That's the thing. The people of Reddit, they're not even up for a pan-drawn picture as well.
They're missing out.
Please God, if you fucking submit something, you'll win a special prize. The longer you don't write in, the bigger the prize gets.
We're setting up a Patreon as well.
We used to record podcasts when we were 14.
Or even older.
No,
we started at 16, yeah, and then we were doing it well into our 20s. We started when you were in college.
Once the Patreon is made, making those podcasts Patreon exclusives as well.
The old ones.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, should I go back and have a look at those?
Yeah, you might want to. You know what they say about your brain not being fully developed when you're until you're 25?
Yeah.
Yeah, I based on how we conduct this podcast and how we conducted the other ones, I'm starting to see there's a lot of truth in that theory,
I mean, it's more bonuses. It's more money for us.
Yeah, I fucking love money.
Controversial opinion. I really like money.
Yeah, dude, I can't wait to get money.
Yeah.
I'm hooked on money.
Yeah.
The long and short of it is Patreon coming soon. Again, you don't want Reddit to beat you. Come on, step up. We're on all social media. Share to your friends on Insta, YouTube.
Let's get into the first one.
Yeah.
I'm buzzing. Am I the arsehole for deciding not to let my mother-in-law visit me in the hospital after I give birth?
Mother-in-laws are our specialty. Mothers in general, really.
My husband and I are expecting our first child and we are very excited. So is the rest of our family.
Hell yeah.
And yes, this does include my mother-in-law. Okay?
Why would we
Why wouldn't? She's like,
no, the child.
I scorn your child.
Ah.
Fucking Skeletor. My mother-in-law and I have an interesting relationship, to say the least. Dude, quick aside, I fucking love it when daughter-in-laws write up about their mother-in-laws on this subreddit. They're always so bitchy. They're always the worst.
I mean, in episode 0, we probably touched on how it's a slippery slope, man, because it's the two most important women in your life basically at odds with each other,
and they're always
in most cases they seem to repel one another.
They're so inadvertently similar.
Yeah, I mean, Freud was onto something.
We can tolerate each other sometimes, but she can be quite overbearing, and she has shared her opinions about how I should be taking care of the house, the choice of my career, etc. Of course, this was going to happen during pregnancy, so we kept it a secret from everyone until I was about 5 months in.
Wow. Okay.
Sometimes I think she's just looking out for me, but other times she gives her unauthorized opinions about our birth plan, whether or not I have gained enough weight, our decision to not have a gender reveal party, and what I eat.
Wait, hang on a second.
So they don't want a gender reveal party.
I already respect these guys. It just feels so over the top to me. I mean, when I have a kid, I just want to be I need to know now. When we go for that scan, I'm going to be like, doctor, you don't understand. I need to know now. What's it got between its legs, doctor? I need to know. I need to prepare the bedroom decor. Come on.
I found out the gender the old-fashioned way during the scan.
Yeah, these are some real gangbangers. These lot.
We had a couple names that we were deciding between, and mother-in-law jumped in and suggested a few names. The names mother-in-law had wanted were not bad names by any means, but we just weren't thrilled about them. However, we eventually decided to name our baby girl Frankie. We think it's a cute name.
Frankie.
Yeah.
Like, that's her name.
Frankie.
Is not short for like Francesca or something?
No, Frankie.
I've never heard of that.
A baby girl called Frankie.
Okay. Cool.
We think it's a cute name. However, mother-in-law didn't. She hated it and seemed almost angry that we had decided to give our baby girl a boy's name. I told her that we had made up our mind and the name would be Frankie. She huffed and groaned and asked us to at least reconsider, but we said that we weren't budging.
Can I just say that the name I
kind of agree with mother-in-law.
I can't help but think of like a middle-aged Italo-American like man. Yeah, literally.
Yay.
I literally can't. You know, that name has just so many like old geezer connotations for me that I can't wipe it.
The name is kind of questionable.
It grows on you though. When you name a kid something a bit unorthodox,
a bit odd.
Yeah, it kind of ends up growing on you because you think of like the concept more than thinking about the person. You know what I mean? Like it's just one of those things, isn't it? But yeah, go on.
That was a month ago. Now I am 8.5 months along, and mother-in-law has been begging me to change my daughter's name. Texting non-stop, calling me, venting to other family members about it, and has been stressing me out. At one point, she even said that the name was ugly and that I would regret it if I named my daughter that. So, this is where I might be the arsehole. A voice in the back of my head has been telling me that I should not let mother-in-law anywhere near me or the baby during or after I had given birth, because I have a feeling she would use my vulnerable state to try and convince me and my husband to change the name to something more feminine, or even go near the birth certificate papers, change it when no one's looking.
Oh shit!
Or something of that nature, dude. Some villainous shit, dude. That's some Cruella de Vil shit.
Honestly,
no way. Okay, look, this woman is heavily pregnant. That is a crazy allegation to make about someone. Surely someone. Okay, I'll finish it first. And then we can begin to talk.
Because we'll never get to this one's juicy. We'll never get to the bottom.
All right. I wasn't planning on having anyone with me during the birth, but afterwards is another story. So I informed mother-in-law that she couldn't visit me in the hospital and that instead we could come to her afterwards. Mother-in-law flipped out, called me an inconsiderate bitch for not letting her see her first grandchild when I was letting everyone else see her. She then turned to my husband and said that he was an idiot for marrying this woman. Raw sister-in-law, who I had a decent relationship with, messaged my husband later that day and said that my hormones were getting the best of me and that I was turning paranoid and that I need to reconsider before I tear up the family. So, am I the arsehole or am I really just being paranoid? You do sound a little paranoid to me.
Have you ever been around an overbearing mother to that caliber? But that's my grandmother to a T, by the way.
The thing is, I swear you're not supposed to... This is going to seem like a really dumb observation. You're not supposed to stress out pregnant women, though. You're supposed to just let them chill. They're cooking up a child in there.
The problem is that often it's a matter of, okay, look, when you're becoming a parent for the first time, the last thing you need is people holding your hand through it, telling you, no, you need to do it this way, you need to do it that way. Oh, and you need to give it this name, you need to, because it's better that way. And
it's a shit name. It's a garbage name.
For a girl.
For a girl, yeah. Just like the mother-in-law. No, but like, here's the difference. I'm going to tell you it's a shit name once, and then it's your choice from then on. You don't have to invite me to the hospital. That's fine. I wouldn't have come anyway.
Well, you're not the grandfather.
Yeah. I understand where your mother-in-law's coming from. Saying it once or twice is probably suffice. Getting on your case about it is a bit peak. Because ultimately, if you like the name, then that's that.
The thing I'm struggling to elaborate on here is that often the mothers-in-law tend to, for lack of a better term, appropriate the pregnancy, especially if it's their first grandson, because they've never, this is a momentous occasion for the family, and they start thinking that all this like intrusive shit they're doing is helpful. Obviously, I'm going to open the can, by the way.
Separately.
Hang on.
From speech. I will also open my can of drink.
We're not doing any free advertisement.
Yeah.
Unless I mentioned it before, I don't recall.
I don't think you did. Refreshing. Neutral
indeed.
Can of drink that we are not sponsored by yet.
But if
neutral can of drink If X Drink would like to sponsor, dude, we'll drink anything.
I
Yeah, you
I
would.
won't.
Don't lie, you would.
Well, if someone said to you, okay, I want you to sponsor piss flavored Red Bull, would you drink it?
I'll be like, what's it made out of?
There's pee particles.
What?
Like,
how'd you get that past food safety?
No, it's like a flavouring, innit?
Oh, but it's fine to drink.
It's not actual urine, but it's like it tastes like piss.
But what,
like we encapsulated the piss flavour and
Yeah.
put it in a can, fizzed it up for you to drink with
Okay.
caffeine.
But it depends how much the bag is.
What if it was like? I mean, I suppose then any ambiguous number would
Let's
do the
just
trick.
not put numbers out there, but like.
So you would for the right amount,
Yes,
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I can respect that.
Would you?
I probably would do the
Yeah,
same
dude.
for the right
Hey,
amount.
money's hard to come by.
It's true, and I fucking love money.
Ah, fuck. Hey,
I need money.
no, I don't want to divide our audience, but
You know,
I really do. I am quite the fan of money.
hey, look, materialism is all I've got. So
It's my only. It's like collectively, it's our only personality trait.
yeah, man, I just love owning things.
Anyway,
yeah.
Frankie's a shit name.
Frankie's a shit name. Frankie's
Yeah.
a shit name. Your mother-in-law, she's a cow because you know to actually to go out of your way and say you made like you know you're deep in the pregnancy, like you know you two like love each other, you and your husband love each other, right? You're happy, you're looking forward to raising a little girl. You know you probably got the rocking horse and like all the pink gear ready to go because you saved a shit ton of money not having a gender reveal party, so you managed to get the good shit for your kid. And now this bitch is all up in your case, in your husband's case, telling him, "Oh, you shouldn't have married this bitch. You lost, woman." Like,
I wonder what her husband's name is then.
do you reckon it was like Franco or something?
Reginald.
Franklin.
You can't call your daughter Frankie. That's called. You reckon that's why she's so stressed? Frankie the second.
Reckon she just knows a few too many Frankies down at the Little Italy.
No. This isn't gonna work. I already know too many Frankies.
I'll get confused with like my butcher and like
I'm gonna ask your infant child for my meat order.
Like listen, I want the prosciutto cut thin and I want a bit of bresaola.
Fuck no! I'm talking to a baby. What's wrong with me?
She can't even hold a knife.
Fucking fooled again.
She just shit her pants instead of giving me my ham. What the fuck?
I'm never shopping. Wait, I'm talking to the fucking baby again.
I'm in a nursery and I'm looking for ham.
Damn my feeble brain. She sounds dumb. If you like the name, then keep the name. It's fine.
Maybe paranoid, yeah, but at the end of the day, look, it's your kid and it's your birth. Like, I'm no expert on what happens when a woman gives birth, but I've been told it hurts. And frankly, after you basically damn near split yourself in two to bring life into this world, I think stressful people are the last type of people you want to be around. So,
True.
Well within your right to tell her to do one.
It's not good for the baby as well, man.
Well, once the baby's out, you know,
Yeah.
and it's not feeding off the mother's essence beyond the tit.
Sour the milk, dude.
Yeah, you'll come out with yogurt and you'll be like, "Tuh, I ain't asked for this."
Back at the butcher's, I don't know.
We drank the milk directly from the pig.
I do think that you assuming that your mother-in-law will change the certificate or something behind, like, how would that even work? The doctors would have to, what would they, like, tip exit?
You know something?
Like, I don't think that's possible.
You know something, though?
Just before you pass out from the excruciating pain of pregnancy, just give one last bellow.
The last thing you see is your mother-in-law going into the office. She's, like, as you're blacking out, you're like, stop. You wake up, your kid's name is like Isabella or something.
As you're fading out, she's holding a Sharpie. You're like, no, that's permanent.
Stop her. No. Fuck, that epidural's kicking in again.
You look to your left, your husband's like, there's nothing I don't have a brain. So
she's like married to a cardboard cutout.
Dude, yeah, you didn't really bring up your husband in this whole situation. This lifeless, nameless being.
From our perspective, he's just being abused and he's just stood there taking it. Stone cold, like...
Look, you like the name. Your husband likes... I think your husband likes the name. So just keep the name.
I think...
Your mother-in-law sounds nuts.
Mm.
Maybe have a sit-down talk with her. I'd say give it one more shot. one will go around that roundabout, and if that doesn't work, then there you got it. There you have it. Then just slowly disassociate.
What would you do if your wife's just given birth to your child,
Mm-hmm.
and you find out that someone tampered with like the documentation for its name? What would you do?
I'd get it changed.
Okay, and then but what?
It's not like that. It's not like that. Like the world is like, well, the name's already. You've locked it in.
That's it. You
The
know?
names can be changed. It's fine.
What?
And I'm pretty sure if you're like, yes, someone fucked with my kid's name while I wasn't looking.
What would you do to that person? Like, what? How would you?
I
How
would fuck them up. No, I wouldn't care. I would just.
No, okay, fine. I'm not saying you like. What would you do to them? Like, I'm gonna pull out a gun and. Well, I'm saying like, what? How would you like? How would you address what they did? Is what I'm saying.
Well, firstly, I'd ask the question why.
Yeah, I mean that's the all important one.
Right? Why did you do that?
I didn't like the name.
Well, it's not your child.
That doesn't matter.
It does.
It
That
didn't.
is like literally the only thing that matters in this situation. That's the only thing that matters. It's not like they went, oh, the baby wasn't really a fan of the name. It's like,
Baby's just there.
bro,
Like,
the baby doesn't even.
he's just looking around like he's doing a little gesture like, no, I'm not.
Hand to his neck. He's like, no.
My mum, when I was born, went through a similar experience. By the sounds of the way my mum describes it, my grandmother put her into it was like a fever dream type of experience because she'd wake up and I'd be nowhere to be seen. She's like the worrying type, gets her all agitated, that kind of thing. My grandmother wouldn't even like have taken me to the living room and like feed me or like do whatever it is grandmothers do with their kids. Bro, she'd have taken me out for a stroll. And my mum would wake up, her baby nowhere to be seen.
Did they fight over your name?
My dad fought for my name because the alternatives my mum and my aunties wanted were shit names.
Right.
My mum wanted to call me Diego. My godmother wanted to call me Mauro. And my dad was like, absolutely not. You're going to call him Daniele and that's about it. I'm grateful for my dad putting his foot down in that situation.
I don't know if we'd even be friends.
No, absolutely not.
Diego, what was the other one?
Mauro.
Absolutely not.
My advice in this situation, seriously, is maybe set some parameters. She can come, but she has to come after the paperwork is done. You know, rules and regulations that will make you comfortable, basically. You're compromising, you're meeting her halfway. She really wants to meet her granddaughter. Cool, no problem. Don't deny that of her, but she, demand the respect you're owed. She's been given an opportunity. It's just, if it doesn't suit her, then that's her problem. That's how I would go about it.
Giving her a compromise is definitely a good idea. I think that will calm her down. And if she's still whiling out and she's like, that's not good enough, blah, 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 stick to your original game plan and don't invite her at all.
Yeah.
I'm wondering what your husband's doing in this whole situation.
I mean, by the sounds of it, he has not stood up for you. I can tolerate a lot of disagreements and a lot of things said, but if my partner got called a bitch by my parents, I cannot stay calm, personally. I would not. I would double down myself and be like, is that how it is? Cool. Now you're not seeing the grandson at all. Get fucked. If you're so up your own ass and want to control this process of, raising a child and giving birth to it, that you can't move past the fact that the people who are actually going through it have something different in mind, then, that's your problem, basically. That's what I'm trying to say.
Let's be honest, though. You probably are overly paranoid considering your current situation.
We, from where we stand, think it's paranoia. We don't know what that woman is capable of, to be fair.
Who? What, the mother-in-law?
The mother-in-law. We don't know what she's capable of.
But, yeah, she didn't give us a proper... She just said that she's been banging on for a few months about how bad the name is or whatever. Sorry?
Sleepy boy.
Let's try again.
Bedtime.
Hey, ask your husband what he really thinks. Because it sounds like he's not really sharing his opinion about much.
You know what the rule of thumb with kids is, to be honest?
What?
If you're not the one paying for every single one of their needs, such as food, clothes, and roof, then you have very little say on the matter.
Especially with the name as well.
The name.
The name is all okay. Look, the name is shit. I'm sorry. I can't bring myself to say the name's all right. The name sucks. But if you like it, then.
But that's fine.
That's fine.
We don't have to agree with you.
Exactly. We don't have to like the name. If you come to terms with the name after the fact, like after the wiener's, crawling around, and you're like, "Right, this wasn't a great name," then you can change it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We live in that day and age now.
I don't know. Should we read some comments? First comment. Not the arsehole. Your husband needs to set boundaries with his mother. Her behaviour is unacceptable. Send her a link to this thread. Also, sister-in-law needs to keep her mouth shut. She is married and is about to have her first child, so she could be what, like late 20s, early 30s, probably.
Yeah, chances are.
Right? So mother could potentially be like 50s, 60s. You're telling me you're going to link a Reddit post to like a 50, 60-year-old who's hung up on the name Frankie?
I think you're looking at this the wrong way. If it was Discord before with them creating this issue, which created this Reddit post, let's say the mother does open it and read it. Imagine how she's going to interpret this act of her going on Reddit and having a ton of people side with her, making her feel like the other. She's not going to be like, oh yes, the internet has spoken. I've seen the error of my ways. I'm going to change my ways now. No, she's going to feel like a wounded animal and she's going to lash out at you even harder. I promise you.
That is such a bad idea.
To play devil's advocate, is her first grandchild. When you become a mother, the next thing you look forward to is becoming a grandmother, depending on what you're after. You can set your own boundaries, you can set your own conditions, and if she's not cool with it, she's been given the opportunity and she just refused it, as I said before. So, yeah, that's what you need to do.
But please don't send her the post.
Oh, Jesus, God, no. Don't.
That would be so... Or do send her the post and then make another post about it so we can have an update.
Yeah.
We know what her reaction was. That's
Yeah.
the only way I'm interested.
It's the only way we're going to get any
If we get
concrete
more,
evidence.
Yeah, if we get more info on the situation. Let's have a look. Sorry, I keep yawning, man.
Are you bored?
I'm just a bit tired, I reckon.
Do you know what? I used to hate that when I was going to school.
What?
When you yawn and the teacher would get like butthurt. Are you bored?
It's like, no.
Motherfucker, it's like 8 o'clock. I got like 2 hours sleep last night because I was playing video games and your class is boring as shit. Yes.
So I suppose I am bored.
So I suppose I am bored.
Just dropped it in by accident.
The point is, well, yeah. But the thing is that 90% of the time when you yawned at school, it's because you were tired, not because you were bored. Because I've been in some engaging fucking lessons and those were hard to come by. That I couldn't help but yawn. And the teacher would just be like, are you bored then? If you're bored, you can leave. Like, some people actually just went.
But then it's like, oh, if you're bored, you can leave. Yeah, I'm locked in school. It's not like I can climb the gate and just go home.
But then again, if you just walked out, it's not like they'd physically stop you.
Well, I feel like they would, though.
No.
Do they not?
How?
Do they not stop you? I never tried at school to just walk out.
Think about it, dude. When we went to sixth form, there was a button.
Oh, yeah, no. Yeah, sixth form, yeah. Because you're doing beep in, beep out, though.
Well, to come in, but to come out, you just had to press a button. And remember, the way our reception was laid out, you could just kind of like blend in with the traffic of people and walk along them and leave. Seriously, I don't think they could physically stop you, though.
Wait, how did we get to this point again?
Yawning. Yeah. Are you bored?
I'm not bored.
Okay.
One more comment. Not the arsehole. No visitors in the hospital. Period. We've got a receptionist here. That way you can't claim you're targeting anyone. Don't tell anyone when the baby is born or you're in labour. That is a much simpler solution than going back to the drawing board of talking to your mother-in-law again. Just say that no one's allowed in hospital.
That's the easier solution, yes.
That is the path of least resistance.
Yeah.
The path of least resistance isn't always the worst path, though.
It's a question of doing what's easy and doing what's right, you know? The right thing to do would be to, in my opinion, to offer an opportunity to be there for that moment, like any grandmother would want to be. Your conscience will be clear once you've offered that opportunity, but if it's refused because it doesn't suit them, then...
So what you're saying is you could combine the path of least resistance with the conversation path.
Yeah.
And so you go...
That was the idea all along for me. Yeah.
I mean, hey, there's a chance that the person posting this is from America. As it is, you're paying exorbitant amounts of money.
Oh, shit, yeah.
Exorbitant amounts of money to be in the hospital anyway. You want that process to be quick. You don't want any hold-ups. So...
More often than not...
if she's fiddling around with the papers, they're probably charging you for the ink. Yeah, do what you have to do. But that's a really boring response to the situation.
Just be yourself, bro.
Yeah, just be yourself. No, look, call your ween Frankie. Tell your mother-in-law to suck out. Tell your husband to start using his mouth, not just be some inanimate phallic object that helps you create life.
You gotta set an example now. You're a dad, dude. You gotta teach your kid how to handle these issues. You can't just cower behind your wife.
I just imagine this man propped up, standing against a wall in a corner, just not really interacting with the world around him. From your description, he just doesn't really seem to be involved in the beef.
Do you think he's scared of getting slapped by his mum?
I think he's scared of It's like some like Avengers, like kind of Civil War, Captain America Civil War situation going on.
How?
Some Captain America Civil War situation going on where his mom is Iron Man. his wife is Captain America, and his baby's the Shield.
Fuck me. Can we move on to the next story?
Let's move on.
So, next one. Am I the arsehole for refusing to let my husband pull 14k out of my account without signing a contract? I, female 36, it's a fucking machine, have been married to my husband, M42, for 2 years.
It's like
Terminators.
System, that hardware updates.
I've never been married before him, but he was married twice and has 6 kids.
Raw.
Hey, yo, he really is a machine.
Genghis Khan. Yeah,
get that gene pool spread, my brother. He requested our finances to be split. To be fair, a bit of a red flag there, but okay, fine by me. Because seeing how he blows through his money is so frustrating.
What? No, of all things, that should make you go, no, learn to control your spending.
Yeah, overcome your vice, my man.
What? Oh, man, he's always poor, so I think I should give him more money. No.
Well then,
That's a terrible idea.
I mean, it makes sense in these circumstances to have the finances split, but... Okay, but let's move past that. He says he has kids, commitments, and has to provide. But I don't think that kids would need that much money to live like the other kids. His bank account is always almost empty, whereas mine has over 20k. We take turns paying for daily expenses and stuff. Lately, he's been struggling with money. He borrowed from a number of people, including my own brother, about 4k from him just a week ago.
Jesus Christ, what's he buying?
Those are some expensive nappies, man.
You know.
He just seemed desperate for money. I asked what the deal was, and he said that he needed money for the kids, which seemed fishy since kids don't really need that much money for their expenses. The eldest is 16. He came and asked to borrow 14k from me, pull it from my account into his. I tried asking him what he needed the money for. It was none of my business, he said. Then insisted he'll return it. I said okay, but under the condition that he sign a contract stating that he'll return the money in full. He acted all shocked and offended, then went on about how I don't trust him and his word. I told him that's all I got, and this was my one and only condition. He kept ranting about how I'm refusing to help and making the situation more difficult for him instead of cooperating. I insisted on a contract to be signed before he even pulls a penny, and this morning when I told him this one more time, he blew up and said that we're family and that I should be ashamed for involved with courts and lawyers between family. He left the house and was so upset he hasn't responded to any of my calls yet. Am I the arsehole for standing my ground with his condition? There's an update and it's quite juicy, so I'm just going to read it. Update. Hi. So we talked after he got home, and when I tried pressing him to tell me what he needs the money for, he gave me the same attitude, and I said, I don't have to worry about it. I still stood by the condition I made, and he called me fucking useless, then stormed off to spend the night with at God knows who or where.
Looks like the third divorce is on the way. Has she had any kids with him?
Doesn't say.
Why did you marry him? He's got a terrible track record.
They say a man's value tends to go up the older he gets, but this man's plummeting.
What the fuck, dude? Why did you knew about his 2 past failed marriages
and his
crippling money addiction. Hey,
I fucking love money. By the way, just saying, I love money.
Hey.
Hey, it's not a joke. I'm being serious.
I don't want to divide the audience, but you know.
Yeah.
I really like money.
I want to buy things.
Yeah. So we get him. We understand him. We understand his plight. What is he spending all that money on though?
It's none of your business.
It's my... Okay, you be the husband, I'll be the wife for a second, okay?
Hey, darling, look, I really need a stupid big amount. I know it's asking for nearly 3/4 of your savings and your money, but I need 14 grand.
For what?
It's none of your fucking business.
It's my money.
No, it's not. Just give me the money.
But it's mine. Are you going to be able to pay me back? I
will, soon enough.
You already owe my brother and a bunch of other people money.
How could you do this to me? When I married you, you said you'd be with me, you'd support me through everything, and now that I need $14,000, you're not willing to help me.
You're not even telling me where the money's going.
That's none of your business. Like, this has got nothing to do with you, but give me 14k.
Sorry, wait, I just woke up from a trance. We're married.
Yes, wife. We're married. And you were just saying that you were gonna give me 14K.
Oh, okay. Oh, hold on. I'll go get my wallet.
Oh, brilliant.
it's fucking bizarre. It's bonkers. How did she marry this guy? You reckon it was one of them ones where she was like, maybe I can change him?
You know what? A lot of people seem to latch on to that mentality of I can fix him,
Or I can fix her.
and end up
Even worse off.
they get fucked up in the pursuit of mending this person's shit fuck personality.
In a few books I've read about the company you keep being incredibly important. I mean, you don't even need to read in books to know that. I think she may have gone into this relationship thinking, I can teach him the value of money.
Let me just completely rewire his brain.
He sounds not great. And the fact that he got all mopey and... Did she say how old he was? He's 42. What did you expect? You married him when he was 40. 6 kids deep.
What's this man bringing to the table?
Really and truly,
Look,
what
he
is
must have a
bringing to the
massive
table?
dong. That's the only explanation. The thing that cracks me up about this is that she's focusing on kids don't need that much money.
This is a bit fishy. He's obviously not spending the money on the kids, is he?
My first speculation that immediately comes to mind is that he's a gambler.
He must be.
He must be.
If the money just seemingly dissipates, then money is obviously going to something frivolous.
Or a vice.
14 grand as well. You can definitely sue. I mean, I don't mean to become a Reddit lawyer, but like, you can definitely sue him.
I mean, this podcast is basically Reddit lawyering.
you could definitely...
You could sue him for asking, Your Honor, this man had the audacity.
And claim his 6 kids.
Yeah, get them to work for you.
Call him Frankie.
Call them all Frankie.
All of them.
All of them.
Get a divorce, honestly.
No. Wait. No, that's reductive. We can.
You think she can change him?
Listen, no. That's a battle she's lost, I'm afraid. The point, the thing is that she's in. I think she's well within her right to like pursue like some sort of like legal binding contract to get her money back, because he owes her brother $4,000.
Mm-hmm.
He needs another 14 for what? You know, what was it? Was he buying his kids cars and shit?
It does beg the question. I think that this whole situation would be a little easier to swallow if you actually had, even if he bullshit you where the money was going.
Yeah, because then he's dignifying you with an answer.
Yeah, it's almost like, give me your money.
I mean, no. The more I think about it, no, dude,
Yeah.
no. that's
I mean,
even worse because he's lying.
Oh
then.
yeah, it's even worse. But like, no, but the way it currently stands is like, give me your money, you brainless cow. You don't need to know where your own money is going. Where you do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course you do.
I mean, when you go to the bank,
You're getting disrespected.
when you go to the bank to ask for a loan, they literally ask you what you need the money for.
Yeah, that's why this guy's going to everyone but the bank. He's probably tried the bank. He probably tried the bank 6 kids ago.
Maybe he was like 4 kids in. He was.
They're like, what do you need the money for? He's
Fuck.
like, fuck.
It's this guy again.
Oh, I didn't know this question would come up.
It's just that him not telling you what he needs the money for is a massive red flag.
She seems quite sweet. The fact that she's like, it's a bit fishy, children needing $14,000. Look, frankly put,
Frankie put.
it's almost impossible.
Dude, unless he's on the run from loan sharks.
How did you meet this man? There's so much preamble that you haven't
We always
mentioned.
seem to ask that question.
Go
How did
ahead.
we get here?
Yeah.
So according to the update, he came back. She was like, dude, you gotta A, sign the document, and B, tell me what's going on. Ah, no, you bitch. And then he left again.
He called her fucking useless. They switched those papers up for divorce papers.
Get him to agree to sign the document to lend him the money, and in reality, it's the divorce papers.
Fold the paper over, so it's just the little signature and sign bit. There's a, do you really want to get divorced? Yes/no, circle, answer please. And he's like, what's this bit? She's like,
Just sign it.
just say yes.
Get like a document saying about the money, and then there's like a box where he signs, and in reality, he's signing divorce papers.
If you haven't had any kids with him yet, you're 36. Look, again, you seem like a sweetheart. The fact that you're kind of going along with it and you're not fully questioning what's going on here.
She's trying to see the good in him.
Exactly.
Because she's
obviously got a good heart.
She's
right?
trying to assume that the money's for a good cause.
He's building an orphanage or something. Like, it's not, that's not what's going on.
He's building like an orphanage for all his kids he's fathering.
Like a garage for all his cars. Like, it's not how it works, man. He's obviously up to something skeezy and he's using you. That's the horrible truth of the matter, it seems.
What I think you should do is you have to make him understand that before he even signs anything, without a reason, nothing is getting used. Nothing. No money is getting taken out. Because ultimately, it's disrespectful. I mean,
yeah.
Now go on. What are you
I
gonna
was
say?
just gonna say, look, in the eyes of the law, if you ever want a decent chance of actually getting this money back, because it seems like you shit at paying people back, you need to have some sort of accountability of where he's saying the money is going, so that if he does bullshit you, because odds are he's probably going to bullshit you.
Yeah.
At least then you can be like, well, he told me it was going to XYZ, but in actuality,
It was going to ABC.
He was putting it on the house.
You need to get a reason out of him or tell him to drop it. I mean, you seem happy with him because, you know, you married him and the only thing you fault him for is his shitty spending habits. But, you know...
Dude, there's shitty and then there's abhorrent.
That is-
14,000. It's like, shitty would be like, I came home with this...
he's got a fucking Funko Pop addiction. He just
Yeah.
keeps buying Funko Pops and, you know, we're not eating on for days on end because
These fucking Funko Pops just...
they just keep coming.
Can't even open a door.
Funko Pops.
Funko Pops all over the place.
They can open up a cupboard, oh, it just tumbles, you get submerged.
Fucking fun. Oh, don't tell me you bought more Funko Pops.
Oh, no.
Limited edition.
I can't believe it. These are duplicates.
You've got 4 of the Spider-Man ones.
Yeah, one's Tobey Maguire, one's Andrew Garfield, one's Tom Holland, and this is the Japanese Spider-Man.
Oh, shit. Okay. Fair. You can keep all 4.
Okay.
You can keep all 4. That was valid.
Yeah.
If you actually gave me that response, I'd be like, you can keep the Japanese one.
I mean, the Japanese one is the only acceptable one, in my
fair.
opinion.
To be fair, this guy seems like to have an extreme spending problem. I would go as far as to say maybe like rehab or something.
You're right. There's clearly an issue here. And if it is gambling, God help you, because that's a tough addiction, man. Much like any addiction, gambling plays on the dopamine receptors of your brain. Once you get the feeling of winning a bit of money and, you know, you want a bit more of that, it's hard to discard that kind of longing, you know? So
for sure. Yeah, man. It's just that receptor in your brain is just going nuts.
It's like, whoa, five pounds just like that. Just like that.
I did just lose 10k, but to that 10 quid.
Dude, I didn't work for this money. I can't believe it.
Imagine if I just kept winning. Imagine if I kept winning and I didn't lose. Then I would that would just be...
Dude, you got the owner of a casino looking over everything. He's just rubbing his hands like, yeah.
I could make so much money.
Yeah.
I make so much... Okay, maybe if I borrow off of my wife's brother...
Look, all I got to do is turn this 4k into 30k.
And then turn the 30k into 2 million.
And then I can leave my bitch wife.
Oh, yes. Yes.
But first I'm going to take 14 grand.
Yeah. Yeah, fuck knows. Maybe he's building a business.
But why would he keep that hidden?
He wants to surprise
That's not
her.
bit
He
built.
wants to surprise her.
Surprise, we got a shop. What do we sell?
Funko Pops. Nah.
Oh, you're going to start selling yours? No. It's all a ploy.
We're gonna buy the Funko Pops, and then I'm gonna take ones I like.
He's going to open the shop.
It's gonna be empty.
He's going to open the... That's way better than what I had in mind. I was going to say, he's going to open the shop and then close it and then just like admire his fucking Funko Pop.
Opening next week.
He's got people knocking on the door and he's like shaking his finger like, no. These are mine.
Okay, fine. Look, I'm gonna stop saying divorce. Okay. Look,
not in this case.
See
case.
if you can get him some help, because obviously, if you genuinely love him to bits, he's a good guy at heart. He doesn't seem like it.
I'm not.
Considering he called you fucking useless and stormed off and didn't come back. I don't think he's a great guy.
I think that needs to be addressed for sure.
I don't want to waste money on rehab. It's like, yeah, you're fucking wasting money on everything else, it seems.
You're going to rehab. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah.
And if I fucking find another Funko Pop in this house, I swear to God. Like, we've basically constructed this man to be a Funko Pop fiend.
$14,000.
He gambles to feed his Funko Pop addiction, and when he doesn't get what he wants, he stamps his feet and calls his wife fucking useless.
The irony of calling you fucking useless when he can't cough up 14,000 for whatever the fuck. I don't know many people who can just suddenly, here you go, no problem. There's always questions.
I mean, immediately.
Maybe go talk to your brother and ask him if he got a valid reason at all.
Probably not, though.
Who is this absolute swindler who's just going around asking for money? You can just do that. I didn't know you could just ask people for money and they'll questionlessly give you the money.
I reckon for asking the brother, he probably built a case. because you don't just go up to someone and say, "Hey, can you lend me $4,000?" And they'll be like, "Yeah, sure." So he probably like went at length to convince him. He had like a big plan. He had like a PowerPoint presentation.
$4,000 as
Look,
well.
I'm gonna pay you in this many Funko Pops to begin with.
Fuck, you know.
No. But so yeah, that's how probably he got the money off the brother. He probably gave the brother a reason.
You're telling me you got the Japanese Spider-Man one?
Yo, that's rare, bro.
I'll be honest, I think Funko Pops are for fucking children, but that
I think they look horrible.
do look horrible.
They look terrible. Buy a fucking figure.
Unless a Funko Pop.
Hey, if you want to
If you
sponsor us,
if you want to make 2 more Funko Pops in the form of, we've got some great.
Actually, do you know what? Fuck that. I would openly sue the shit out of them if they made a Funko Pop out of me. I'd be like, absolutely.
Don't
not.
they have to ask though? They can't just make Funko Pop. Like, they're not that powerful.
They got like
They can't just make.
they're like wizards.
They can't just make people into Funko Pops and then sell them without asking any questions.
They turn real people into Funko Pops.
You know what?
They've got a fucking ray for it. And poof, you're a statuette.
Yeah, talk to your husband, see what's going on, see if you can actually get a good answer out of him instead of him stamping around and being pappy. If you can actually talk to him without him storming out the house and calling you names.
I mean, it's really hard to get to the bottom of a matter when someone's constantly
just leaving the house.
Just leaves.
They're constantly looking on the. You know, does he know about? Is he aware of the idea of getting a job? You know, they pay you.
You go in.
Usually every month.
You go in.
Yeah.
You lift a few boxes. You make a few coffees. You come home.
Mm-hmm.
You wait a month, and you've worked a shift.
Yeah.
You get paid for it.
Yeah. You know, he could just do that. It's not going to be as much. It's not going to be as lucrative and as
Imagine
easy
he goes into the job. I'm like, yeah, look, listen. I know it's my first day, but I need you to give me a $14,000 advance on my wages. Why? It's none of your business.
You're a shelf stacker.
And you're fucking useless. I quit.
Man, you've just been promoted to manager. I like that attitude.
Listen, you got balls. Here's your 14 grand. Here's a company car. Here's my wife. Impregnate her. I know you're good at that.
There's really not much you can do here. It's kind of on him, really,
to
become a better person.
Yeah. To answer the question. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just going to say, calling you names, ultimately, that must feel horrible. Maybe try 2 or 3 times more.
Dude, that's the second time you stormed out.
Okay, maybe try once more.
Yeah, one more time.
One more time. Third time's the charm.
Yeah.
As you're fully aware. See if he wants to go into some sort of like program, deal with whatever addiction or vice he's got going on. If he doesn't,
it's his first day at the group meeting.
Does anyone want to bump me $2,000?
So he's dead. He's like, guys, there's a new golden Mario Funko Pop. Real gold.
Actually, we're beating a dead horse.
An ultimatum may or may not be effective here.
But then his 2 last wives could have given him ultimatums too. And
that's how they became his ex-wives.
You know what? I'd rather go ask people for money, actually.
But the ultimatum would be either you agree to my terms or you stop bringing up. I mean it. We can either talk about this like adults and as a married couple work through whatever it is you need the money for, or we can drop it since you're not willing to tell me what it's about. That's the ultimatum. I'm not saying you either sign the document or I quit or I'm leaving. There has to be some sort of way to get past this. He sounds like he's got a shit temper. Not much you can do about that beyond anger management. So yeah, I think that's what she should do. Not the arsehole, if that matters anymore at this point.
You actually sound like a decent person. The fact that you're giving this more time. I know a lot of people who wouldn't even give it this much time, to be honest. You've been so patient about it too.
Thinking he's out to do some good with this money for his kids. It's naive, but it's sweet that you try and think the best of people. So
yeah, he sounds like a cunt.
I mean, yeah, he's a waste of space.
Yeah, really, truly. Should we look at the comments?
Yes.
First comment. Not the arsehole. This sounds like addict behaviour. Is he a gambler? If it was drugs, he'd be asking for smaller amounts more often, but this sounds like gambling debt. It does sound like gambling debt.
Dude.
We were spot on. We were spot on.
Well, allegedly.
He insisted that he'll return it ASAP. Sounds like he's counting on that big win. I hope she had a prenup. Husband needs help. True. It definitely sounds like he needs some sort of intervention.
If you could return that much money ASAP, you would need it in the first place. You would be open and honest about your time frame for repaying it. This is absolutely a gambling debt. I've been around this. The last person I had to cut out from my life was this person. A friend. Gambled constantly. Always needed to borrow money, contingent, he'd be able to pay back double as soon as possible. That didn't make sense. It doesn't here either. 2 years sound about right for the maximum amount of time one is able to hide something like this from another person close to them. Off the top of my head, I can't think of anything else that would require this kind of money and present this kind of behavior. She's not the arsehole, she's a complete idiot for even considering this. You're going to give the majority of your savings to someone who is obviously never going to pay it back. A contract means nothing if someone doesn't have the money. You can waste more money suing him and still never see a dime. You know what? Yeah, I think
don't cough up the scratch, innit?
I think that sums it up. Yeah, she just categorically no. Absolutely not.
Definitely not. Definitely not.
Proves to show we were looking at this all wrong the whole time. We were even entertaining the idea of lending him the money, but she really shouldn't.
No, definitely not. No, I was.
Oh, you weren't?
I was not. No.
I was fixated on getting a reason out of him.
No, definitely not.
It doesn't even matter anymore.
The fact that he owes multiple people money and then he's come to me with this huge grandstand over 10,000 sum of money request.
Yeah.
No way. No. Do what needs to be done, basically. See if you can get him help. If he doesn't want help, then hey, you can lead a horse to water.
And then push it in.
And then push the horse in and
watch it drown.
Can horses swim? Horses can swim, though.
I've never seen a horse swim.
Horses can swim.
I'm not saying they can't. I've just never seen one swim.
What's an animal you just assume can't swim, but probably can? I think gorillas can swim, right?
Maybe.
Can gorillas swim?
I know bears can definitely swim.
Gorillas cannot swim naturally. Therefore, they avoid large bodies of water and rivers. Yeah, because they're like pure muscle. They probably just sink like Metal Mario.
Do you reckon you could teach a gorilla breaststroke?
This fucking dumb shit of trying to teach gorillas shit.
Okay.
That age-old question of can you teach a gorilla to box?
Do you know what? I think we should open that can of worms right here because there's an age-old. I mean, you and I have been through this, but there's an age-old discussion over the internet about whether a silverback gorilla could take a grizzly in a fight.
So fucking stupid.
And a lot of people immediately assume that the gorilla would be able to. But then when the people who argue for the grizzly bring forth the overwhelming matter of the weight difference.
Yeah, I was going to say, well, that's in the animal kingdom, the whole thing is weight, weight class. It's the reason why, I don't know if you've ever seen like a pack of hyenas like attack a hippo or something.
Yeah, that's a pack.
But even that's what I'm saying. A pack of hyenas attack a hippo, and they're basically just redundant because the hippo is so hench and its like skin is like so thick.
And you want to hear something fucking scary about that as well?
What?
You know, hyenas are the second animal with the strongest bite force.
What's the first?
Alligator, crocodile. I should know. Enthusiast. But yeah, so if that's not enough to take down a fucking hippo, then...
So your quick aside question is. Who would win in a fight, a gorilla or a bear?
Right.
A bear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But people have been grasping at straws for this argument.
The thing is, I just in my head, I imagined a gorilla swinging its arm around, like all the way to hit the bear in the head.
Yeah, it wouldn't reach it. The bear's bigger, taller.
What if the bear was like the same height as the gorilla?
But they aren't.
What sort of bear are we talking? Black bear, grizzly bear?
A grizzly bear. People for the gorilla have been making arguments such as it could wield a gun and you can teach it martial arts.
Fuck off. Martial arts only matters if the other... Well, we're going to teach the bear martial arts as well.
Listen, you're looking at this the wrong way. Even if you could teach a fucking gorilla martial arts, it doesn't matter because... You know what I mean? It's not like the bear, the bear knows Wing Chun as well. So it's like, you know, it will beat the Aikido of the gorilla. No.
All the bear cares about is putting its weight on top of the gorilla and biting in. The moment it's got a good bite on like the neck or like some sort of joint, it's done.
I don't think...
The gorilla will immediately lose strength.
I don't think a swipe would do enough damage to debilitate. Not a single strike.
That's what I'm saying. So the bear would probably use the standard approach that a bear has, which is flatten you basically, like go down on you, get you in a vulnerable position, and then bite down. That's all a bear wants to do. It's not a bear's whole thing. Isn't I'm gonna joust with you now. It is
round one.
All it thinks is food. Moving food.
A lot of people seem to misunderstand that with that discussion. I love how we're taking it seriously. But with that discussion, no one is saying that the bear would come out unharmed because the silverback gorilla could do damage, right? If it got it could fuck him up in the eyes or whatever. But it couldn't overpower him. Like, it could not overpower him.
We're on the same. We're agreeing.
No. But I'm not. Yeah. But I'm not saying you and I disagree. But I'm saying the argument some people have made beg a belief. They sooner went to teaching him taekwondo and how to wield a fucking AK-47. You know, okay then, all right, fuck it, give it a fucking grenade. He'll know what to do.
No, but then that's cheating, though.
Exactly.
Because we're talking about...
It's cheating. Never mind the logistics of making it happen. It's cheating.
That is cheating. That's not fair. The whole point is it's the animal kick. Because then that's like, oh, a human versus a bear, but give the human a gun. Like, well, yeah, then no shit.
Even then.
I know, but well, depending on the distance, I suppose, the starting distance.
You need a big gun.
Because bears are tough bastards.
Yeah, I mean, okay, in hunting, typically, you don't go out with a fucking submachine gun or a rifle. You go out with like a, I don't know, like one of those one-fire rifles, you know? You're not stopping a bear without explosives, is all I'm saying.
Explosives?
That's what it takes!
Well, you wait for it to roar and then you throw a grenade.
Ah!
Let's put this discussion to bed right now. The bear is winning. A bear is like, a grizzly bear is like one of the most terrifying on-land predators.
Yeah.
I would say.
The only thing that could beat a grizzly bear is a fucking elephant. The only thing.
Listeners, if you've got an animal lineup that you want us to discuss,
fuck it, send it in.
Send it in.
Send it in.
Send it in. It doesn't even have to just be a 1v1. It could be a 2v3. It could be a 5v4. We've had discussions on 1,000 lions versus the sun.
It's a trillion lions.
A trillion lions.
Or was it 1 billion lions?
Does it fucking matter? It's a star. It's a star. It doesn't make any sense. But that's the point. That's the point we're making. If you've got an idea of something versus something, you're a person versus another person. Fuck it. A famous person versus another famous person. We are all up for fight talks.
Yeah.
Dude, why do you think this is called the Gorilla Hotline? It doesn't necessarily have to. We just want to know who in this ethos is actually listening to this fucking podcast. So give us an email.
Some feedback. Anything.
Yeah, some feedback. Tell us that you love the podcast. Even.
Tell us you hate it.
Tell us you hate it. Yeah, tell us you hate it. Fuck it.
We'll take it.
We'll take it.
We'll fuel ourselves with your negativity. Don't worry.
Yeah, for sure.
Do you want to do another one?
Yes.
Yeah,
I actually fucking do. This one's been really fun. This
Yeah.
one's really good. How long ago? Yeah, let's do one more. Okay.
Last one for this week.
Am I the arsehole for not telling my friends how much I pay in rent? My close friends, A, B, and I, are all 31. I moved into an affordable housing apartment unit by myself last year. At the time, my friends said they were so jealous of me because the apartment was brand new and cheap rent. Brackets, everyone in the city knows about these affordable apartments. End brackets. A asked me how much my rent now was. I was not comfortable sharing because A would blab it to everyone she knew and B would be even more jealous and resentful. So I said, I can't share that because the rent was calculated on how much I make a year in salary. Brackets, this is true. That's such a strange detail. She was like, oh, this is true. Okay, I believe you, but like, I wonder where she lives.
Doesn't mention, does it?
Nah, that is a very weird thing to do with rent. It's like, oh, you're making this. Okay, I suppose that much rent. Like, what does that mean if you were making bucket loads?
They'd fucking finesse you.
They'd be like, well, you know, you are making a lot of money. It's like, that doesn't make any sense to me.
Well, you know, if it's a new apartment.
You know what my mom did with rent and stuff. Whenever, well, like when I started working,
yeah,
she said to me, she goes, it's only ever going to go up to this much money, and you know, if you get a job better than that, then you'll only ever have to pay that much. So like,
yeah, but that's your mum.
Yeah, but like, she's allowing it. But
I won't extort you, my son.
Yeah.
When you agree on a tenancy, it's usually a flat amount. Otherwise, you'd have to declare to your landlord whenever there's be a fluctuation in your income.
So strange.
And what if you're self-employed?
They didn't say anything in response to that, and it wasn't brought up again until now. I recently met up with A and B for dinner. Somehow the topic came to apartments, and A asked me, how much do you pay for rent again? That is when B nastily said, she refused to tell us, remember? I got annoyed at that. A likes to share everything about her life, brackets, we know her salary and rent, end brackets. And B doesn't share anything. Why am I getting shit for not saying something extremely personal? I said this to them, and A and B both agreed I am just really secretive and sneaky. What the fuck? Am I being the arsehole by refusing to tell them my rent? what difference does it make to your life if they know? What, then they know
Earning.
how much that you're earning.
And
But who cares?
literally,
Because it doesn't make it. It's not like they're going to go, well, that's way too much. That's it. I'm going to talk to your boss.
get your
You're
pay
way
reduction.
too stupid. You're way too stupid.
You
to be
don't
making that
deserve.
much
You
money.
don't deserve to be doing this well.
Yeah, what? That's ridiculous. Why does it matter?
It doesn't. It doesn't. It
But
doesn't.
at the same time, ultimately, it's your business and you can do what you want. You don't have to tell them.
She's trying to avoid more resentment, but she's getting resented for not telling it either. Damned if you do, damned if you don't type situation.
They sound like shit friends as well.
To be fair,
Apparently, they're your close friends.
I mean, for you to be scared of them resenting you for doing okay, that does sound like shit friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
In America, asking how much someone earns or how much their rent is, they take them pretty seriously. Here, it's quite normal to ask someone how much they earn and how much they pay rent for. I heard in America it's very rude to talk about finances, apparently.
Well, the thing is that the housing, I don't know if how bad it is in America, but the housing crisis here, right, where with like how bad rent is and how bad mortgages are.
It's a competition with us. How much are you
Yeah.
paying for it? I'm paying 1,800. Well, fuck you. I'm paying 2,000. There's no malice behind it. It's just a matter of I want to know because I want to see for my own curiosity if you're getting your money's worth.
You reckon she's getting bumped?
No, not necessarily.
The fact that they're basing it off of your pay package,
It is strange.
that is so weird.
I've never heard of it before.
If your job sucks in terms of pay, while you're getting a great deal, but then if your job's incredible, then it does seem
Knock knock.
Yeah.
It's me, the landlord. I heard you got a promotion.
Pay
Up. Picks you up, starts shaking you down.
So you think my city are doing it? Yeah, your city are bumping you.
She said it's cheap.
Maybe it's like a third of her salary or something. I don't fucking know. See, we're slowly becoming her friends. Okay, what if the friends, instead of saying how much do you pay in rent, what if the friends went on the route of like, oh, do you know if there are any apartments going or something where you live?
Yeah.
That would be a more tactical, a more tactful way of going about it. If she's really up in arms about not giving
You
her,
should respect it. The fact that you don't want to disclose it.
that's fair, yeah. But then I feel like if they're your close friends, why aren't you comfortable telling them that sort of thing? I feel like with close friends, it's not like, well, she did say that A tells everyone everything, and B is just like resentful and nasty. So it's like, my question is, why do you even hang out with these people?
We always come down to cut them out.
Yeah,
That's what we come down to.
Okay, no, you know what? I'm going to deep it. Do you know how short life is? What's the fucking point of actively spending time with these people? And so anyway, they don't respect my boundaries and they constantly shit on me. So anyway, I went to dinner with them the following week. It's like, what's wrong with you, dude? How much do you hate yourself? Maybe you need to get better friends who respect your boundaries and they let you live your life. Have you known them since childhood? Like, why?
How could we know?
Yeah, I know so many questions. If you don't want to disclose that information and they're bugging you for the information.
I mean, I could understand if it was an understanding that it remained between them. I can't blame her if you tell someone something and you know that everyone after that is going to know. Whenever I find myself in that predicament, I always feel a bit dirty if I let on and be like, yeah, I tell that kind of person my business. You don't want everyone knowing every aspect of your life. They don't need to know how much she earns and how much she pays for rent.
Also, let's be honest as well, people with, little kind of secretive sides to them, they tend to be more interesting, I think.
Yeah.
And they set boundaries. You
create an area, an idea of like mystique, because people's imagination wonders what you get up to. Now, in this day and age, everything is on the table. Everyone is open, and what you see is what you get with people most of the time.
Mm.
But back in the day, people had things like legends and beliefs, like shit like...
How far back you go?
1500, like even as far back as the 1800s.
Some people's back in the days are like 30 years ago.
No, I'm talking hundreds of years ago.
Okay.
Nowadays, you don't really hear about people, you say, oh, people talk about like ghosts and urban legends, and no one really believes in it. Back then, of like monsters and folklore or whatever, people actually believed in it because shit was happening that science couldn't explain. And that's what gave it that area of mystique. And what? Why are you looking at me like that?
What?
You're raising an eyebrow. What?
No, go on.
The point I'm making is that once you get the whole picture of something, once you know every facet of something, it stops being interesting. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
Yeah, I got there in the end.
Yeah. I was very curious.
You can literally just. There's a nice little gap for you. You can cut that whole tangent.
No. No. Oh,
you're keeping my ramblings in, are you?
I might keep it in here.
Yeah, okay.
I was lost as to where you were going with that.
People who are a bit more private and don't let on as much tend to be more interesting because your imagination kind of wonders what they get up to and you don't know for sure. Yeah, that's what makes it interesting.
No, this isn't what you're saying, but it doesn't sound as though she's doing this because she wants to seem any sort of way. It's just the way she is. She just doesn't like oversharing, or she doesn't like giving people a bit too much. What, in her opinion, what is a bit too much information. And that's fine. You don't have to be any sort of way.
Would she make this argument if her friends were the kind of people to be like, oh, okay, cool, and that would be the end of it? No, she's afraid that her friends are going to get shitty with her upon releasing this information.
Are they really your friends then?
No, they are, but you have friends, and
she said these are her close friends. You need to realign yourself with better people. Who knows? Maybe in general they're all right.
Cut them out.
Get a divorce.
Get rid of them.
They just live off the grid. That's basically our advice every time.
Fuck your nice, cozy flat. What you want to do is go to a coastline little town and start living in the lighthouse. That's what we want to do. Start fishing. That's what we advocate on this podcast. Just cut everyone out of your life and live in solitude. Listen to us.
Please don't actually take everything we say on board. We don't even take everything we say on board.
Or do and find out.
Or look, if you want to be that guy, you take on absolutely everything we've suggested.
You'll be dead in a week.
You'll end up looking like a perfect mix between us two. It would be scary. It'd be terrifying.
Yeah.
Simple as. If you don't want to tell your friends how much you're making or how much rent you pay, if they keep going on and on and on about it, distance yourself then, because you don't want that hassle in your life. I'm not saying ditch them, reserve them for second tier friends. Maybe not close. I wouldn't describe them as close friends if I was you. With your close friends, that's something very different as well.
If you're not comfortable amongst those kinds of people, and your friends don't seem like they take the news too well, so they suck too.
One tells everyone everything, which is, I fucking hate people like that, if I'm honest. I fucking hate people like that. I don't think I talk to anyone like that, to be honest with you.
I'm like that with my mum. I share basically everything with mum.
Where does it go from your mum, though?
Nah, okay, in all fairness, it does stay between us most of the time.
Exactly, that's the difference.
But the point is, sometimes what I share with her comes back to bite me because one way or another, if she knows every aspect of my life and she asks me to do something, I can't wiggle out of it by making up an excuse because she knows, Okay. So I pay for it myself. I pay for that kind of...
Yeah, that's the trust between a mother and a son.
Yeah.
A friend A who tells everyone everything is just a living nightmare to me. I hate it when everyone knows everything I'm doing. Like, when people I don't even talk to know what I'm up to. Like, that shit irritates me.
And here we are trying to cultivate an audience.
The audience doesn't need to know everything I'm up to.
I know, yeah, to be fair, it was a poor comparison on my part.
Yeah, fuck you guys. I don't need to tell you everything. Yeah. And you don't need to tell us everything. True. You only need to tell us the things that matters. hello@gorillahotline.com.
You just have to tell us what will allow us to make some content out.
What will get the noggin jogging.
That's it.
And
what will get the wallets rustling. I love money.
I love fucking... no. No. Yeah.
Shall we move on to the comments?
Yes. God, how have we been going? Okay, so this is the first comment. Not the arsehole. When I am asked inappropriate questions on money, I always say, not enough, to income questions and too much to payment questions. Well, you're just boring in an NPC then. To be honest with you, that is so dead.
What, because he deflects?
Yeah. That's so boring. Not enough. Too much. Oh God.
As opposed to wait, hang on. As opposed to what? What would be a more? Hey, fuck you, mind your own business.
Come with me. We're going to the bank. And then we go to the bank together. Print out a statement. Show me the statement, and I'll go, "Wow, you're poor."
That's your alternative.
I earn way more money than you do.
Your alternative is to crush their spirits.
Yeah. How old are you again? Oh my, you're 5 years older than me, and you're...
Yeah, at your age, I was making peas.
What job are you doing again? What job are you doing? Oh, I fucking hope I'm not where you are.
Couldn't.
Oh, God. Are you... Sorry, I don't mean to be...
Can you afford like body wash? Because you stink.
I'll be honest, can you even afford to smile? Like... That sounds miserable. Please don't stop showing me. Stop showing me. I don't want to see it anymore.
Get away.
Please just put it away. That is disgusting.
Listen, I don't want to hear about your your backlog of rent.
It must just be nothing but cold showers for you, I imagine.
Just
Oh, so poor.
eh.
Poor.
What else did they
Gross.
say? What else
What
did
we
they
had
say?
we had plans next week. I'm busy.
I'm doing something you can't afford.
I don't know. You do, now that I think about it, you do have a bit of a stench to
Just
you.
fucking dip yourself in chlorine, please. I don't think a shower will do it anymore.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, you're showering with that cheap stuff, aren't you?
Ugh.
Yeah, I can tell.
Look, my body wash cost me like 15 quid
I bet you use shampoo on your body.
to save money. I bet you save money.
Because you're so poor.
Yeah.
Yeah, look. Look, do what you want. Just keep being yourself.
Just be yourself.
Look. I'd say share it with people you actually trust. Give you an actual serious response to this for a second. Sometimes it is good to share, especially with people in your own industry. It is good to share how much you're making because sometimes you can get a reality check and they'll be like, wait, you're making that much for that much work.
But that's
You should probably ask for a raise or, hey, ask for less.
That's a very specific circumstance.
And you only make friends with shitters, so...
You think your friends are going to be that insightful? No chance.
They'll just shit. One will tell everyone.
Can you believe what this bitch is getting paid for what she does?
The other one will spit on your shoes. So, yeah, you're right. I don't think they're going to be that insightful, are they?
No chance, man. I mean, when you're afraid of your friends resenting you to find out that you're doing well, then there's really not much else there.
That is really fucking weird.
Yeah.
Surrounding yourself, that's what I can't wrap my head around, I think. It's the idea of surrounding yourself with people when you're doing well. They're like, ugh. Did I ever tell you about this? I don't know if I'll keep this in. Maybe I will. Tell me if you think I should keep this in.
Okay.
I went to what is essentially right after secondary school, like college in the UK, and then I went straight into work. And I bumped into someone I went to college with, and we never really got along. And I told her what I was up to now, what company I was working for and stuff. And I think she was working in like retail or something. I tell her where I was working. She goes, ugh. I hadn't met this girl in years, and she just went, ugh, like rebuked me, dude. It was the weirdest reaction I've ever had in my life.
But no, did she say anything else after this cough?
Remembering how the world works, she then went, do you have any connections there? I went,
you know what I think it was? I think she was scoffing at the fact that she was about to ask you that. She was like, oh fuck, now I gotta ask him for help.
oh, this cunt. Oh my. So anyway, can you help me out? That little scoff put me off wanting to continue the conversation. So I kind of just deaded it and walked off. I was like, all right, it was nice to see you again. Anyway.
Bye. Hope I never see you again.
And I haven't.
Good.
What I'm saying is, keeping people in your life like that.
It's a detriment.
Yeah, man, it will just make you sad.
It's a detriment because
it'll make you
those
sad.
people will never want. Those people will always want you to be below them in some way, shape, or form, and they will be happy as long as you are below them. And if you ever pose a threat to their status with you, where you would potentially surpass them in a financial or professional capacity, then they're gonna think you're fucking gross, and we'll hope you fail at everything you do.
It's very toxic.
So what else are the comments saying?
Yeah, essentially everyone's just saying you don't have to tell them because you know what type of people they are. But no one's actually asking the question that we've posed, which is why are you keeping them around as friends? If they're really that toxic and bad. They're bad for your health.
It's often because we have unconventional means of solving problems, so we always cut to the drastic conclusion.
Within the parameters of this podcast, obviously, we often give ridiculous, not ridiculous. We often give heavy, heavy answers to light questions, right?
We dissect a lot.
Should I tell my friends yes or no?
Kill them.
Remove them from your life. Never talk to them again. Block their numbers.
Bury them alive if you can.
I mean, if they know where you live, I wonder if you've even told them that.
She just took them to an Airbnb she rented. So anyway, this is my house.
It's with all these weird pictures of people without you in them.
Ah, what? No, those are my cousins.
Oh.
They live in Albania.
Oh.
You've never met them.
Okay. Well, okay then. I'm just to let you know, I will be telling everyone about this, and their other friends. You can't see it, but I am seething. And
no.
I hate it when I see other people smile.
Now you know about my Albanian cousins. What am I gonna do?
I fucking hate smiling people.
We really exaggerated the flaws of these people. Essentially, OP, just be yourself, bro.
Such shit advice.
No, OP, look, if you're more comfortable keeping it to yourself, keep it to yourself and possibly start looking for better friends.
Yes.
That's the long and short of it.
And hey, if you want to write to us, emails in the description. Follow us on socials. We've got some very good shit coming up. I'm really excited to show everyone, to show the listeners.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening as well. It's really appreciated.
And look, if we made you chuckle,
hey, follow us on Spotify.
Tell a friend.
And tell a friend, please. Hey, tell a friend.
You know, spread the joy. Ultimately, we're just trying to make the world a better place.
Word of mouth.
And you know, if we get paid for it, I'm not doing it again. I promise.
No,
I'm not. Okay. I wasn't gonna say it again. I was say it again.
Okay.
Please share and all that jazz.
Thanks for your time. Take care. Bye.
Bye.